guys, so welcome back to another discussion. Today we're going more into academic progress, but before we do that, just names. I'm Andrew Zuha.
I'm Logan Davidson.
I'm Nick Nelson.
And I'm Hayden Dorn.
Okay, so first we're discussing some of our initial impressions of academics at the U of A. So Logan, do you want to start?
I think I kind of mentioned this last time in our first discussion little video thing. The work here at U of A isn't like hard. It's just different compared to like the work that we've done throughout the rest of our academics. Like it's a lot more like independent. It's a lot more like your own personal work and like actually applying what you learned compared to like the usual just like work that you do in high school.
Yeah, taking a almost different approach though is my initial impression was a little different because like, anytime I ever told anyone like, oh, I'm going to University of Arizona, they're like, oh yeah, like a party school, huh? Like make sure like actually go to the library like more than like once a semester, and it's like I was just more before even just choosing my major or really even taking more steps into the process besides deciding to attend here. That was like more initial things. That schoolwork was almost not taking it seriously.
Yeah, I can touch on what Logan was saying also about how it's like the work's not specifically a lot harder than what I've done before, but it's like more in-depth thinking, a lot more like critical analysis and application rather than just simple facts and different learnings like in history and stuff.
Yeah, I agree. It's a lot more independent work instead of like group work or your teacher writing you constantly telling you have to finish it. It's up to you to finish it.
Yeah, I agree with all those things. I think also for me, one thing that's been kind of rough is like I'm not doing any major specific classes, so sometimes it is easy to get like a little bit more bored when it's just like English and chemistry and whatnot.
Totally.
But like it's good, and I've been getting more involved with clubs, and obviously I'll be choosing a major soon, so that should be changing. All right, so next is, have you had a test or essay yet, and how have they gone for you? So for me, I've had a couple tests, a couple essays. They've all gone well, but I do feel like the material is starting to depart from review and starting to get into newer material. So I am going to have to like up my study game to make sure that it stays that way.
Yeah, I've had both a test and essays so far. My test went really well. I studied a lot for it, that's why. My essay, I haven't gotten a grade back for it yet, but I think it went pretty well. So.
Awesome.
The other day we had our first midterm for my math class, and like the study guide that we got for it was like 100 questions long, and like they were like super duper hard and stuff like that. But then the actual test itself ended up being literally like 20 questions, and they were just the basic foundations of what we learned. Like they weren't difficult, they were just like very simple, and I just feel like I kind of like overstudied for that. And then of course I've also written like essays and stuff, which I do perfectly fine with.
I mean, better to overstudy than understudy, so that's cool.
Yeah, but basically the same thing. I had one test, went to the review session the day before, and that helped a lot. And then one essay that I haven't had created yet.
Yeah, I've been doing essays in English, a lot of like multiple draft writing and revision workshops, and then just like one major test for chemistry, which like I studied super hard for it. I'm glad I did because it paid off, but I mean I honestly studied harder than I did my entire senior year of high school, so it definitely shows like you have to put in the work to get the results.
So probably all of us have, but have you received a grade that you weren't happy with yet? And if so, like what went wrong with that?
Well, so for me, it's like kind of simple. My astronomy homework is graded off of accuracy. So, and oftentimes it'll be like homework that we haven't heard, like the content we haven't really covered it yet in the lecture. So, I'll like a short reading and then be asked to do questions, and it'll only be like 3 or 4 questions. And if I don't understand it and miss like one of the questions, then I get 75 on the homework. And that's happened a few times. Like my homework grade's starting to go down, even though I'm doing the readings, like taking notes and trying to do well if I don't like understand the questions wrong. So. Yeah, get those points back to the office hours, and it's tough when if I miss like we have 3 homework assignments due a week and I miss 1 or 2 questions on it, I have to go to 2 separate office hours to get those points back. So
with like grades for me that I haven't been happy with is like in chemistry class we take reading quizzes all the time, and they're really short and small. But if you like don't read the material before class, then you're gonna get like a 1 out of 4. And I've noticed they're starting to add up. Like I've gotten multiple like 1 out of 4s, 2 out of 4s, 3 out of 4s, and then now your quiz grade, which is like 10%, 15% of your grade, is actually making an impact. So I definitely have to improve on that.
So with a couple of my classes, like the only grades I've gotten that I've really been disappointed about were just technical issues on like the online course stuff that we're using, like the different websites and like online ebooks and stuff like that. So like other than that, I've really been disappointed by a grade.
For me, it's my Spanish in-class writings. I don't know why I struggle so much with those, even though she gives us them in advance. But yeah.
Yes. And then also for me has been the chemistry online homework. Like it got a lot more difficult recently, so I waited until the last day to get it done, and I didn't really budget it efficiently.
So we're kind of we've already talked for a while, so do you want to just kind of skim over the next couple questions?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But so the next question is, what has surprised you about academics? The one thing is that I thought is it's more homework. It's graded more than I thought. Like I was heard that it was basically your grades were basically completely determined by tests. But I don't know, it's interesting how much homework I've had. That's not just studying. Because I was told it's basically all studying, but it's really not been.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I remember in like going from middle school to high school, all the middle school teachers say, "Oh, high school teachers are hard. High school teachers won't accept late work, all this BS." But like, really, in college, like it is tons of homework and outside of classwork. That it's not all midterms and exams, which definitely is something that it's a misconception for sure.
I totally agree. I only have like one class that I never have homework for, and that's philosophy. But like for all of my other classes, I have homework like every other day.
Yeah, I agree with the homework.
I mean, for me, I felt pretty prepared as far as what I was expecting and as far as skills. Although definitely one of the areas was like in high school, I didn't use like a ton of textbook, of just like straight up reading. So that's definitely a difference. My favorite class right now, technically it's not a class, but it is a club. It's for credit. I mentioned this before, but it's the ad team, and it's cool because we're really starting to get into the details of our competition ad.
Alright, so then favorite and least favorite class, if you want to just each go quickly. Favorite is astronomy, even though technically it's my lowest grade, but it's enjoying the material. Least favorite, English, because of the most biggest workload.
My favorite is like a general ed I got placed in. It's called Money, Consumers, and the Family, and I'm pre-health, but I do have an interest in finance. It's been cool being in that class. And then my least favorite is probably chemistry right now, just because of the amount of work it is. But I mean, I enjoy the material. It just takes up a lot of time.
My favorite class right now will probably have to be philosophy, just because it's like kind of a chill environment. We just discuss stuff. I get to take notes and doodle. My least favorite class right now is probably going to have to be Spanish, just because the homework in there can be, it's not like it's hard, it's just like sometimes like unaccessible and stuff like that. So yeah.
My favorite class right now is actually Spanish. It's just because I like Spanish. My least favorite is English because I don't like English. So it's just very difficult.
You speak English.
So now we have some post discussion questions. We can just kind of briefly glance over this since we've already hit the maximum time, or the minimum time, I guess.
Oh, are we done?
No, we still kind of talking, I think.
Okay.
After initial discussion, identify 3 strategies you currently use to be academically successful.
Like each or like collectively?
I think 8.
Each, but I can kind of just agree on a few. I mean, to me, it's, I don't know, I mean, something I do is just trying to just get my homework done as soon as my classes are over. If not, when I go back to my dorm and chill out, all of a sudden like an hour and a half will go by, and then people hit me up saying, "Oh, let's go to the gym. Let's go get food. Let's just go hang out or something like that." The house and just getting that stuff done as early as possible is good. Second thing would be taking advantage of office hours, and three is just going to class and doing my homework.
Yeah, I noticed like when I'm doing an assignment with specific requirements, I'll refer back to like the requirements multiple times before either submitting or while I'm doing it. I'm also trying to do my homework before, not the day before it's due. Get it done early, especially when I have days that aren't busy. And then definitely just paying attention to study guides or like helpful quiz tips that teachers put out, because oftentimes, especially in my math class, they'll release questions that are most likely going to be on the quiz or test.
That's a really good one to refer back to the rubric. I'll have to use that one. For me, I think a lot of it's been being organized and making sure, like, you know, as long as you have a decent effort for every assignment, you're usually going to be okay.
For me, organization's big too, but also like note taking and stuff. Like, if I don't have good notes, then I probably won't do well on the test, and vice versa.
Usually writing stuff down helps me remember, but another thing that I do to like make sure that I never forget anything is I set an alarm on my phone if it's really like important. And like other than kind of what you said before about getting homework done early, I kind of like to do that if I have time to.
So then the next one, I think all of us would agree that our strategies are helpful.
Oh yeah,
That's consensus.
Yeah.
And
Well, and I think we kind of explained it too, like how each one. Yeah.
then the last part, like how can I prove their work, is just grades. Like if I don't do well this semester or whatever, then I'll probably have to rethink my strategies or incorporate new ones.
Yeah, and then as soon as you get an assignment back, obviously if you got a bad grade, you got to change the way that you either studied for it or change the amount of time that you looked over the material.
Yeah, for me, as far as being organized and getting in all the assignments, I've missed 2 assignments so far. One of them wasn't posted online and wasn't really clearly stated in class, so I wasn't the only one who missed it. And then the other one was just with this class for the counselor schedule. I don't know how I didn't see that, but that's missing 2. That's horrible.
I can see that my strategies are helpful because like there have been times where I'm just chilling out doing nothing and then an alarm goes off on my phone and I remember that I had homework to do.
I used to agree with grades. You can see the improvement.
So the last one, I guess one I can always go what I learned is just like I didn't have like a think tank in high school, so I just those resources, even the resources we learned in the library activity that we just did, that we can get like instant help on assignments or tests or whatever, like with a phone call. So that's one thing that I learned, and I plan to use the strategy of actually doing it. And I just put another work with or contradict the 3 strategies. It doesn't just, I think it just helps with it.
For me, one thing that I didn't really consider before until we got here was the computer lab as being like a really good place to study. So I think that it works with the other strategies as well.
In high school, I was not the most organized. I procrastinated a lot, so
So can we conclude taking a moment to reflect on what strategies we learned from our group members? I think we all kind of touched on about the same things.
Yeah. And really, I love your tip with the checking the rubric.
Oh yeah, referring back to the rubric for sure.
I guess now we know that they're acceptable strategies.
Yeah, and then also like I noticed a lot of teachers post announcements, and then like so I've been checking like all of my D2Ls. Even if I know I don't have assignment to do, I'll check the D2L anyways for sure because they'll post important stuff or updates on assignments. But that's about it.